If you're arrested for a crime and taken into custody, you'll be seen by a judge within 24 hours for a hearing that's called an initial appearance. If you're wondering what an initial appearance is, I'm here to explain. Hi, I'm shawn.hamp. I'm a trial attorney and criminal defense lawyer who practices law here in Mohave County, Arizona. An initial appearance is one of the first hearings that's conducted in a criminal case. When a defendant is taken into custody, it has to be conducted within 24 hours. And if a defendant is summoned to come to court, it will be designated at a particular time before the judge. So when a defendant is taken into custody, they have to see the judge within 24 hours. And the judge will have to make a couple of determinations at the initial appearance. So a judge will advise the defendant of their right to counsel. The judge will advise the defendant of their right to remain silent. And then the judge will make this determination if the defendant can afford an attorney. If the defendant cannot afford an attorney, the judge will appoint one for them. Now, at this point, the judge will also set release conditions. And the judge will determine what release conditions are appropriate by the seriousness of the crime, the defendant's criminal history or history of failure to appear, and the judge will also consider their community ties to the community. So this determination is made to determine if the defendant is a flight risk. So the judge will then set release conditions. Now, most defendants don't have an attorney at an initial appearance because they have not made the arrangements to get one and they haven't been appointed an attorney yet. But if you do know someone that has just been arrested and they're going to have an initial appearance, sometimes it is their best interest to get an attorney because the release conditions and how much the bond is going to be set is going to be determined at that initial appearance. So if the case is a misdemeanor, the judge will set the case for a pretrial conference. If the case is a felony, the judge will set the matter for what's called a preliminary hearing. And I've made another video about that. If you have a question about a criminal case, please pick up the phone and give my office a call. Let's find out if your case is something that we can help you with. Call my office at 928-753-6868 or visit my website at hamplaw.com.